In this video, it's my pleasure to interview Cihan Goksu of Digigammon. Thank you for joining me. Please like and subscribe, and you'll be notified every time I upload a new video. Please let me know what you think in the comments below and what you'd like to see in future videos so I can work on that. My book, Backgammon, Backgame Strategies, is available. There's a link in the description to where you can get it. And if you're interested in lessons, please contact me via email. My email address is in the description. In this video, again, it's my pleasure and honor to have Cihan Goksu of Digigammon. Thank you for joining me and welcome.
Thanks for having me. The honor is mine. Pleasure.
My pleasure. Happy to have you. How are you doing today?
I'm doing very fine. Thank you very much. How about you?
Very good. Thank you for asking. And you're joining us from Turkey, correct?
Indeed.
What was the name of the city?
Izmir.
Izmir. And that
Yeah.
you said it's west of Istanbul.
Yeah, that's a good question. Yes, it should be. Yeah, it's west side. It's the most west, but Istanbul is pretty west as well. So I'm
Okay.
not sure. I need to check my map.
How
They
how
may
how
be
far
all,
how far are you from Istanbul?
it's like I would say 5 hours drive.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Turkey is a
So
big country.
Izmir is located in the middle of the country. Actually, westmost side. Istanbul is like more like northwest.
Okay.
Yeah, but
Um,
very nice city. I love it.
Hopefully I can go there one time. I'd love to go to Istanbul. There's a lot to do, and I know they have some good tournaments there.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I hope the
Okay.
same is gonna be held in Izmir as well. That would be fantastic. There are some actually,
Really? Okay.
but there isn't any international yet, as far as I remember. But let's see. Maybe in the future. Why not? That would be cool.
Maybe.
Really nice players here.
Okay, wonderful. I know you're the developer for Digigammon, so we're going to talk about that. I'd like to start with a little biographical information, if I may. Were you born and raised in Izmir? Is that where you're from?
No, not really, actually. I always like to live in Izmir, therefore I'm in Izmir at the moment. But I was born in Ankara, and
Mhm.
then my childhood was in Adana. It's um, in the southmost part of Turkey, in the middle again. And also then I moved in Ankara back again because of my studies. I did my bachelor's and master in science there, and afterwards moved to Europe. I lived in Copenhagen for a while, for 4.5 years to 5 years almost. And then moved to Germany. I stayed in Germany for a while, 3.5 years, and then come back to Turkey. And I've been here for a year at the moment.
That's great. What did you study in school?
Electronics engineer in bachelor's, electronics engineering master and science in medical imaging, and then did a PhD in neuroscience, magnetic resonance imaging, and then following another 5 years of postdoc in neuroscience again.
Oh boy, I remember I did graduate school. I did a PhD, so it's a lot of work, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, but it's kind of addictive, I would say. Whenever you start, it's just pretty like when you're in science, it's pretty difficult to stop.
Yeah, did you do lab bench research in
Yeah,
neuroscience?
a lot actually. I was involved with a crazy topic, research topic. I'm not sure if it's gonna be a little bit off the topic, but I can talk about it.
Yeah, I mean, you can tell me. I did that kind of research myself for 10 years. Some people don't know.
Okay, that's a little bit crazy topic actually. Most of you guys know probably major depression. It's a pretty hardcore disease. It affects like 100 millions of people in the world. And one of the add-on therapy is brain stimulation for that. There are different types of brain stimulation techniques, and one of them is called as transcranial direct current stimulation. Please do not mix it with electroshock therapy. What I'm talking about is like very tiny currents, like 1 to 2 milliampere. It's very harmless currents. So I was basically putting two surface electrodes, attaching two surface electrodes to the head, send those tiny currents, and try to map the electrical properties of the brain. It was a fun topic.
So how does that compare with the traditional like SSRIs and other things?
What does SSRI mean? Sorry.
The serotonin, selective serotonin reuptake inhibitors they use
Oh,
for
I see. But
depression.
biological stuff, I'm really bad at it.
You just do that.
I'm more. I just did the software development and MRI sequences development, etc. And also, well, when it comes to the anatomical and biological stuff, I'm a pretty much engineer there.
That's my background. Okay. Oh, wonderful. And so are you married yourself?
No, I'm single.
You have children?
No,
Okay, that's why you look so
unfortunately not.
young.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, yeah. So did you lived in Copenhagen, you said for a few years. There's a lot of backgammon there. Were you
Yeah,
exposed to backgammon there?
I mean, that place is the place that I started the project actually. While I was doing my PhD in Copenhagen, I was also in search of a side project so that I would get some hands-on experience in AI. So I went to Absalon, which is a church that people gather together for social events, etc. And there was a backgammon tournament there. I attended this backgammon tournament, and I just realized there were a bunch of people recording their games. And what was like, when was it? I guess 2018. And after I saw that like people are manually putting all those moves into computers, I said, okay, no, this shouldn't be done this way. And that can be a great side project to just have hands-on experience in artificial intelligence. And I just built a team and we started. That's
That's
how it
great.
started
Um,
actually.
yeah, I know there's a lot of people in Denmark, but of course, a lot of people play backgammon in Turkey. Did you grow up playing the game yourself?
Yeah, actually, that's a good point. I mean, my most of the Turkish people are pretty involved with the backgammon actually, and my family, my dad and my mom, they were also playing backgammon well. And in my childhood, I learned the game, but I was never competitive, and I'm not competitive either at the moment. I was like in cafes, we were playing it, but I never thought like about PRs, or I wasn't even aware of doubling cube, so it
Right.
was more like a coffee event for me.
When I grew up, we had different rules that are similar to Tavla, no doubling cube. There's like the
5 points, right?
five, well, 5 points. Sometimes we put 1.5. No backgammons.
No backgammon, indeed. That was also a
When
great
you
thing.
roll the first roll, you roll, and then the whoever rolls higher rolls again, and the winner of the previous game gets the first roll.
Exactly. So you can start with doubles.
Yeah, you can start with a double. And I don't know in Turkey, I don't think that's the case, but when I grew up, well, my background is from Iran. In our culture, you're not allowed to pick and pass, so hit in the home board and move up.
Ah.
But for you guys
Yeah,
can do that, right?
it depends. I guess whenever you talk to people from time to time, they say, "Oh no, no, it's not allowed," etc. But it depends.
But now, yeah, okay. And I have a board that was my board that I play on is manufactured in Turkey. It's actually a picture of it is in my background.
Okay, but that looks cool. Actually, I like the contrast. Some
Yeah,
boards are pretty conceiving the things, and you don't see the contrast well there. But this is like pretty cool. I like
it's
this.
it's the FM Gammon board, and they have a lot of options where you can change the surface inlays.
Okay, yeah, yeah, cool. Great pick.
Good. So you started working on the Digigammon a few years ago,
Around 2018.
but that was a side thing for you.
Yes, it was a side thing until last year.
And now you're doing that full time.
For a year, I did it full time, and now I don't do it full time anymore. It's just because the product is ready, it's commercially available. There are feedbacks come in. Based on the feedbacks, I do the change, but it doesn't require that much effort actually.
Okay, great. I know I have heard, but I'm not familiar with it. There's another one that does something similar called Bezma.
Oh yeah, I know Jakob. He's a very nice person and a fantastic technology, that one as well. I like it actually.
So I'm not familiar with that one. Is it the same kind of idea?
So the goal is the same, but the idea behind is pretty much different actually. What he does is using sensors technology to transcribe the moves, and he has a mechanical board which is basically um, featured with sensors, and these sensors detects how many checkers, where are they placed, etc., so that he can basically fetch the board state, detect the board state. He also has a nice algorithm to detect the dice, I guess. I never had the chance to just dive into deep how it works, but it seems it's a nice technology as well, I would say. I really like any technological development, so whenever I see that, I'm pretty happy about it. But
Yeah.
the differentiator part of Digigammon is it works with any board, for example. You don't even need a mechanical board. You just place your recording setup, connect your tablet PC, dedicated tablet PC, and you're good to go.
Okay, good. So I really wanted to talk about the Digigammon. So it's something you developed, and it's basically a software, and we'll go through it, and it will allow you to play live on your own board, and it will video it, and it will transcribe it, and it automates a lot of things. Like you were saying, a lot of the people in Denmark. Denmark is a very serious country in terms of backgammon. They have a lot of outstanding players. I was talking with a number of people. I spoke with Mochi one time, and we were talking about backgammon in different countries. And I think Denmark is a very good example of a relatively small country in terms of its population, but how much backgammon there is there and how
I
many
know.
players. Um, so anyway, a lot of them will transcribe it there that you saw, and I see it at tournaments nowadays all over. And I've transcribed some of these from videos that I've watched, and it is time consuming. But this
How do
is,
you feel?
yeah, I'm sorry.
Apart from being time consuming, how do you feel? Also, I think it's unnecessary, right? Like it's the wasted labor, I would say. I don't know. Unless you enjoy it though. So some people
So
I talk to, they enjoy it.
yeah, for me, I don't like to do it. It's time consuming. It's labor intensive. Part of the reason why I play on my computer so much is so I don't have to do that. It just does it automatically. Like I play on XG, and it just that's it. And
Real
it
time,
has,
bound. Yes.
yeah, so it's a lot easier for me to learn much faster. But people enjoy playing live. I enjoy playing live, and then learning from it is useful. So this is a good opportunity because it takes a while to transcribe it, and then you know it's just a lot of time. So this is a way you can kind of get around that. Okay, so let's talk about that. I was going to share the screen. You want me to share my screen, or did you want to share your screen?
Go ahead, please.
Okay, so let me share this. I have, give me just a moment, please. Oh, okay. Okay, here we go. Are you able to see this now?
Mhm. Yes,
Okay,
very well.
so this is the Digigammon website. So I wanted to go through it, and maybe you can just guide us through and tell us all the details people want to know.
So, first of all, to start with, the website is not up to date at the moment. So, if there are some buttons not working, or if there are some issues you have, then please just contact us via our social media channels like Facebook, Discord, or send us an email, info@nekodu.com, where you see bottom rightmost, actually, info@nekodu.com. Then you will definitely find your answers, because it takes a while to update all technological things, and that's on my to-do list. I'm going to update it, but there are already a lot of good information in it at the moment. Anyhow, so this download and try Digigammon. The reason behind that, actually, Digigammon itself has, or let me start from scratch actually for the people who might join in the middle of the video. Digigammon is a near real-time automatic transcription system. What you do there, you prepare your own recording setup, get a dedicated Windows-based tablet PC, and make your live match, and it will do the automatic transcription for you. From time to time, there are some tricky, unexpected occurrences like legal plays or dice glare or some misuses, etc. In those cases, do not worry. While you're doing the transcription process, we have a really nice, easy to use graphical user interface and detect those occurrences like in an illegal play. This screen just pops up and you need to just enter the move manually and continue the transcription. And it's pretty fast, actually. I would say, for example, a 7-point match, you can easily transcribe it within a few minutes max. Okay. The main idea behind is Digigammon software has two different software in it. One is Digitimer, the other one is Transcriptor. We can go down actually, and we will see it better. Could you go a little bit further down?
This one?
Yes. Okay, let me just talk about this maybe. So we are Nekodu Technology, by the way. It's our company. Our main focus is medical imaging at the moment, but this is one of our side projects, Digigammon, and right now the product is out. So we also do any real life, providing solutions to any real life problems, and manual transcription is a problem as well. And as Nekodu Technology, we basically provided Digigammon as a solution to this problem. Anyway, let's go down a little bit.
We may want to watch this video. Can we show this video?
Yeah, sure. And it's already there. Digigammon, Digitimer, Digigammon Transcriptor. These are the two software packages I was talking about. Yes, why not? Let's go ahead.
Yeah, I'll put a link to this whole website in the description so you can watch these, but we'll watch it on maybe like a faster speed, just so people can get it.
Transcribing live backgammon matches. It is long. It is annoying. I wish there was another way.
There's another way, Digigammon automatic transcription system. And now is your opportunity to make it free and open source. More than 1,000 competitive backgammon players record their matches live, and they enter hundreds of moves one by one into a computer to analyze their mistakes. This manual transcription process can take hours, and that means wasting thousands of hours and millions of dollars in total.
But that's crazy.
Well, not anymore. Digigammon offers you the fastest and the easiest transcription experience.
What is that?
Digigammon is an automatic transcription system with two compact apps. Our first app is Digitimer, a handy smart timer, also a scoreboard. It records your match and prepares for automatic transcription.
Sometimes we forget who played what.
No worries. Just preview your past turns and go back anytime you want.
What's up with the transcription?
There comes our second app, Transcriptor. Choose your recorded match and press transcribe. Transcriptor uses the cutting-edge artificial intelligence techniques to detect and recognize all backgammon objects on the board. It uses a game engine and advanced software to predict the most likely moves.
What if I play an illegal move?
Don't worry about illegal moves. Transcriptor catches illegal plays and asks you to enter them.
So, how long does the transcription take?
Digigammon Transcriptor speeds up the transcription process more than 10 times. Transcribing your hours-long matches is now just a matter of minutes. With Digigammon, you can see your PR and analyze your blunders in no time after the match.
But is it perfect yet?
We have perfected Digigammon by testing it in over 300 matches and in more than 10 tournaments. The reactions were legend, wait for it, dairy, legendary.
Touche. I want to try it.
You're more than 2 years and invested a lot. With your support, we want to make the system free, open source, and available for everyone. Let's give this revolutionary system as a gift to the entire Backgammon community together.
Okay, so
very nice. Shall I make a comment there actually? Because I mean, this video explains everything a lot, but there are also some outdated information there. Basically, this was from our crowdfunding campaign, which we ran 5 months ago, as far as I remember, because our main aim was to make this free and open source so that everybody would use it. And we already invested a lot to this project. Therefore, what we wanted was not to gain money, but just to cover the costs. I'm not talking about investments at all, just the burnt cost, which basically excludes my salary, for example. Therefore, we basically asked for 100,000 from the Backgammon community, but what we collected was 1,000. Therefore, right now it is commercial. I do respect, of course, to the Backgammon community with their decision, and I'm happy, and that's the case at the moment. So people can get commercially the product at the moment. I'm pretty happy. I do respect.
Yes, of course. I did see, I actually did, I don't know if you've seen some of my commentary videos where I do commentaries on some of the matches. There was one I did. Mochi was playing a match at a BMAB tournament, I believe it was in Ohio or somewhere in the United States, and he was using the software. So we had it on display. I'll send you a link to that.
I'm pretty much in contact with Moti actually. He's been using Digigammon for a very, like, at least 5 months, maybe for 4 months, or I don't know.
So okay, we can go through the rest of it. So this was how it works.
So there are two compact apps, as I said. One is Digitimer, which is a smart timer. There you basically, after you connect it to your recording setup, you use Digitimer to make your match. It's a timer. There is a little bit, it's pretty easy to use actually. You do some calibration, enter the match information, like how many points you're gonna play, etc., etc. And then you just play it with Digitimer. There are some tricky rules, like 2 or 3, but it's pretty easy to get used to. After you make your live match with Digitimer, this creates a match file, which is a zip file actually, and you just use this. Could you go back, Super? Sorry. Yes, thanks. And then this created zip file, you just need to use Digigammon Transcriptor app. You basically import the zip file into Transcriptor, and it transcribes it for you. And if it just isn't sure about one of the moves, if in case of an illegal move or dice clear, etc., the Transcriptor app asks you, so what is played in here? And then you just enter the move manually and continue.
Okay.
And at the end, you have the XD file.
Okay, and this is like the setup. So you have your board here, you have the tablet here, and so that works as a scoreboard and a clock, right?
Exactly, indeed.
So you just touch it. You don't have to have a physical clock.
No, not really. But after our recent developments, actually, you can. By the way, you can also have your computer connect a touch screen there. That would work. We also made key bindings so that you can also play with laptop, and timer buttons are connected to your laptop keys, etc. But it's not so. The best setup is with a dedicated tablet PC, Asus ROG Flow Z13, and touching the screens. That's what we tested so far.
Okay, good. So this is that, and then down here it says Digitimer serves as both a timer and it also recognizes your board, detects the checkers, the dice, and the cube. It visually processes your match and prepares it for the final transcription phase. So on the camera, it detects all of this.
Exactly. We are using cutting-edge artificial intelligence methods to detect all the backgammon objects like doubling cube, dice, checker, etc., and also we classify them. As you see, for example, there on the dice it's written 4 because the outcome is 4.
Okay, and this is what you were telling me is different from the Bezma by its Jakob Garal. Is that correct?
Yes, indeed. So we are using image recognition, but he's using electronic technology, sensor technology for board state.
Yeah, for that technology, you would need to have a specific board, but this one, you could use it on any board, right?
Yes, indeed.
This looks like a beautiful Casa de Gamao Brazilian board, if I'm not
mistaken.
Yes,
that's a gift, actually. I do thank all of the people, my friends from Copenhagen there. My greetings to all of them, and I'm hopefully gonna visit them.
Yes,
soon after sort out some visa issue, etc.
Yeah, is this your board?
Yes.
It's beautiful. I've played on these boards and they're very nice to play on.
Yeah, I love it indeed. Very nice one.
And like I have the wood board that you saw, which is great too. That's very traditional. You know, I grew up playing on the wooden boards with the sounds, but this one is nice because everything moves smoothly, and it's much more lightweight to carry for travel.
I agree. I enjoy it every time I play with, especially most of the time. It's super fun to play with. So
Yeah.
it's a very nice experience.
Now, let me ask you a question. Here I see all the things on the board. Some people play using a Baffle box. Will the software detect all of that, or are there any issues with that?
Unfortunately, you can't use a Baffle box. You can use a Baffle box only if everybody rolls to right side. So that means one person needs to roll.
Oh, okay. So you can have a Baffle box on one side and the other person roll on the other side.
Yes. For example, I'm south. You place the Baffle box to my left side, and my opponent use Baffle box, but I need to roll in that case because everybody needs to roll their right side.
Right. I wonder if maybe later on you can kind of develop something so it would detect whose roll it is based on the clock. So you could roll on both on the same side. Maybe that's something to think about.
That would be cool. Nice feedback. Thank you.
Yeah.
But that would be pretty difficult to develop. I don't think I will invest more in this.
Right.
I will only keep the product flows.
Yeah.
Unless there is a high demand. I mean, Backgammon
Right.
community is pretty small, you know. So.
Right.
But very nice feedback. Thank you very much.
Yes, my pleasure. So this is the transcriptor. So while it's doing it, this is what it looks like. And then we'll
Indeed.
see a video there. And then you mentioned about the illegal move. You can just input it, right?
Exactly.
It says
Exactly.
action required. Okay. And then this is, you were saying the Digigammon Monster. This is not available anymore. It's just the software, right?
Indeed. So in the beginning, we were basically providing a kit solution, Monster kit, what you see over here, which has all of the components, a nice camera, Logitech C920, plus a monster beast Windows tablet PC, I would say Asus ROG Flow Z13 with a pretty good dedicated graphical cards. Right now it's pretty old actually. The newer versions of Asus ROG Flow Z13 is like crazy. They have RTX 4050, 4060, 3050 Ti in it easily, and for a very good price. And that's a very good computer, I would say. Anyhow, right now it's not available. People need to buy their own hardware, and what we provide is just the software for $1,500.
That's what this is here.
Indeed, exactly.
I feel like that's good because a lot of people that transcribe their matches, they already have the cameras and they already have XG. You know, they would just need the software on a tablet or computer or something, right?
Indeed. Yes, a Windows-based tablet PC, highly recommended to have a dedicated one like this one over here, Asus ROG Flow Z13, and then you're ready to go.
And
Plus, Digitimer is free.
Okay.
This is the cost of transcriptor only.
Right.
So you can try it for free.
And this is, you said it's a tablet. If someone has like a laptop computer, can they use that too?
Yes.
Okay.
For laptop computer, you need to use a touch screen though.
A touch screen.
Yes.
Oh, I see. Just for this. Okay. So they can touch the clock.
Yes. Or you need to use the key bindings, but it's not pleasant.
Right. Okay.
One more thing, sorry.
Yes?
So we were talking about, this 1,500, that's not euros, it's dollars. I need to update these.
Okay.
And we will also go for pay-as-you-go scheme in the future, most likely. That means you won't need to buy the license, but you will pay for a match. People will have an option to register our system, buy some coins, and then get your match transcription, and there will be some coins deducted. But it will take a while.
So that's something maybe
that's on our to-do list. Yes, indeed.
That would be nice. I know, all of this stuff is an investment, but I think when people think about how much people invest, I mean, like I got my board for around that price, and people get boards, and then people travel to all these places, and travel expenses are much higher than that, so it's not as high as one would think.
Actually, that's a good point. Let's talk about this for 1 minute, actually.
Yeah.
So what is the price of manual transcription of 7-point match, for example?
I don't know. I don't really do that. I just sometimes transcribe them myself, but I don't charge a fee. Well, what are the fees?
How much would you pay for that labor, or how much would you ask for that? Let's say, let's say that you're gonna do manual transcription. Okay, that's a weird question, but
I know, I understand the question. I don't know, but I mean, I've seen like a range people are asking, and for me, I play on the computer, so I don't need to do that. But a lot of people like that. But it can vary. I know it can vary. But what is your
it's around 10 euros as far as I remember the last
for one
time I
match?
checked. For one match, yes.
Okay.
So let's say 10 euros for a match, 7-point match. How many 7-point matches do you do in a year, for example?
Probably a lot now. But now that you mentioned it, I did play in a BMAB tournament. Are you familiar with BMAB?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So they record all of it, and like the entry fee, I believe, was $100, and the transcription fee was $100. So that extra $100 transcription fee was for like 5 matches or maybe 6 matches or something like that. So maybe $10, $20, and because it's a lot of work for people to do that.
Let's go at the safe side. Stay at the safe side. $10, let's say. And I would say competitive backgammon player would do like 20 matches a month. Would they do that? Maybe more, right?
I probably play more than that. Yeah,
more than that.
Well, I play a lot. Yeah.
Okay, let's say 30 a month or 40. I don't know. I really don't know. 50.
If you want to make the math easy, say you do 10 a month.
10 a month. Okay. So then 120 a year, right? And $10. So you basically, it pays it off already in 11 months, 10 months.
Yeah.
So, I mean, but it's up to the people. So it's, if people like to transcribe, what can I do?
No, it does get tedious.
I can imagine. I did it a few times. I said like, no, it's not. I'm not doing it.
I actually saw this morning on one of the Facebook groups, someone was asking about some sort of system that transcribes your match, and then Mochi commented that Digigammon, he uses it and it's really great. And then I put a comment that I'm actually going to be interviewing you today, and I'll ask you all those questions. So I think this has provided a lot of that information. So that's good. Let's go back and see what else we have on here. This is what you were talking about.
Yes. So this is basically the kit you need at the moment. This is not the kit we provide, but rather what you need.
Right. Okay, and then some of these I want to read the testimonials. Let me see if we can go here. I tested Digigammon. I would like to express my strongest support for Digigammon that can resolve a time-consuming, annoying challenge, manual transcription. Let me go back. Here it is. The human labor hours saved by Digigammon will be tens of thousands every year, by Mark Olson. Michi says it was a great experience to test out near real-time automatic transcription software provided by Digigammon. The transcription of our 7-point match with Jurgen took only 3 minutes. And then, yeah, those were the ones. So fantastic. And then this is
I as far as there's also one from Mochi. We shouldn't skip it, but not in as it's outdated. The website, it's in nekodu.com. If you wanna read that very fast, but yeah, it's up to you.
Let me see if I can find it. What is it called?
Nekodu.com. Netherlands, Edinburgh, KODU.
.com. Okay.
Have you found?
Is it this one?
Yes, that's our company page. Actually, we are a medical imaging consulting company and a gaming site as well. There, if you click that, it should go all the way to Digigammon site.
Okay,
and
here.
There's also Mochi.
Mochi, before using, let me go back. Before using Digigammon, it used to take me a week to transcribe all tournament matches, and I would often forget what I was thinking during the game. However, with Digigammon, transcription is completed in just 5 minutes, allowing me to begin studying right away. Let me go back. This has made a significant difference in my experience. The only super grandmaster. He is an outstanding player, an outstanding ambassador to the game, and also a very nice person. I've met him before, so that certainly means a lot coming from him, as well as, of course, also Michi and Mark Olson and all of them. So that's fantastic. And we have this one that shows, it's the video where it shows the transcription. I wanted to kind of briefly go through this one, and I'll play it on fast speed. So this is doing it. This is a 13-point match, 3 hours, 13 games, 557 moves, transcription in 8 minutes. And I'm going to forward to this part. So here it's been transcribed, and they're just going through the moves on XG.
Yes, yes.
So
557 moves transcribed in 8 minutes.
That's great. So stop that, and then we can go down here. And
how long would it take for a human transcriber actually? 557 moves. What do you think?
So let me go back to this. But when I'll tell you my experience, when sometimes I'll watch a match and transcribe it. Usually I'm able to do it on 2x speed. So if it's a 3-hour match, it would take an hour and a half. And this was 8 minutes.
Yes.
So that's less than 10.
More than 10 times acceleration.
Right. So let me go back to this. And so this is kind of the contact information.
Yes.
And they can contact you. It looks like that's pretty much everything from the website, right?
Yes, indeed.
Okay, so this is great. I hope that at least this video helps promote it, helps people learn about it, and will help get people to start using it and give you the feedback. And I think it's great for backgammon in general. So I really appreciate you doing all this. It's a lot of work, and I appreciate your time.
I have to say thank you very much. I mean, it's very nice to hear these comments, because sometimes people are not aware of how difficult can it be to develop something from scratch actually. But it's very nice to hear when people are appreciating it. Thank you very much.
Yeah, my pleasure. I know we wanted to focus on the Digigammon, which was good. There are some other questions I like to ask in the interview, but maybe they're a little bit relevant to this. Is one of the questions I ask is, how can we get more people involved in the game? And I feel like this is a great way that we can get people, because people like to play on their computer, but people also like to play live, but they like to study. And that's exactly what Mochi said, right?
I agree, definitely. But if your main question was more like how would we do backgammon much more common worldwide, then I guess we need to somehow put a little bit more fun in the games. I don't know how would we do that, but I really enjoy playing the game itself and get the fun part of it. But for example, it's a pretty different story when it comes to someone watch the game. Personally, I don't enjoy watching backgammon matches, for example, but there are a lot of people who like that and who would even learn from this. The reason behind, like, whenever, for example, when it's compared to chess or poker, there's this weird pauses that, like, you just wait, like there's a thrill what's gonna happen. But here, you need like every move, like it's, I don't know how would I say that correctly, but I got excited over the game. Like my mood is fluctuating so much, but only in some special cases. So in between these gaps are kind of start to be boring to me. So those needs to be eliminated that I don't know how. Like, for example, I don't get excited when somebody rolls 3-1 and just makes that opening. But when it just comes to a back game and just like get like the thrilling, more fun stuff going on, then I start to get excited. But just in between, like there's a very long period that one can get bored. I explain well what I felt?
I
I didn't
understand.
want
That's how I feel about certain sports like golf or baseball. You know, there's a lot of waiting, but then you get to the exciting part. Some people like that. Yeah, I understand. And then some of the other things I like to discuss is you don't have a chance to go to many tournaments, right?
I back then I had, but right now I'm pretty busy and from time to time, like as my hobby, I am attending, but not very often, unfortunately. But hopefully in the future,
Do
I'll try more.
you ever get to play just like for fun where you live?
Yes, from time to time. But I'm an average player. I would say intermediate. My PR is around, or the advanced intermediate-ish. Like my PR is around like 8-10-ish.
Yeah, that's good. Do you have any interesting stories from backgammon that you'd like to share?
I mean, like the beginning of this project was very interesting. Actually, the reason behind I was like to this manual transcription stuff or automatic transcribing backgammon matches was so far away to me because I played in cafes all the time, right? And the first time I attended in Denmark this backgammon tournament, then my opponent starts to build all these recording setup. I was like, what the heck is going on? I mean, I came here to just like drink my coffee and play a tournament, and the guy starts to build all these. He's just preparing how
That's
slap
funny.
me in the face and it's there. But yeah, I mean, but then I get used to it.
I remember when people started doing that when I was going to tournaments maybe 10 or 15 years ago, but before that, then like growing up, we never had this.
Yeah,
So yeah. Well, great. I understand that's a great way you kind of got into it. So wonderful. I really enjoyed learning about the Digigammon. I appreciate your time and your efforts. I think people will learn a lot from this video, and hopefully they can contact you if they have any questions. Do you have any final comments before we conclude?
my pleasure. Also, like it was very nice and fun to talk about these topics, and I'm all available. Anybody who's interested in, just please contact us, and I'm happy to help. And my pleasure, as I said. Thank you very much for having me.
Great. I'm happy to have you. Hopefully people can learn, and perhaps if they have questions, I'm happy to do another video in the future about this or about something else. I really enjoy interviewing people, learning about different things, learning different cultures. And I always tell people I hope to one day meet some of these people I interview in person, because nowadays on video it's very easy, but it's always enjoyable to meet people in person. So that's a wish for me and hopefully for you. And thank you again for your time. We'll go ahead and conclude. Thank you to the viewers for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe, and you'll be notified every time I upload a new video. Please let me know what you think in the comments below and what you'd like to see in future videos so I can work on that. Again, my book, Backgammon Backgame Strategies, is available. There's a link in the description to where you can get it. And if you're interested in lessons, please contact me via email. My email address is in the description. I look forward to seeing you in future videos. And until then, keep rolling your dice.